Have you ever wondered why some sets of data are tightly grouped together while others are spread far apart? That is exactly what standard deviation helps us measure. A small standard deviation means the data points are close to the average, while a large standard deviation means they're more widely spread. In this lesson, you'll learn standard deviation step by step using simple, easy-to-follow examples. Before we begin our calculations, let's understand the standard deviation formula. The numerator, sigma FD squared, represents the sum of the frequency multiplied by the squared deviations. The denominator, sigma F, represents the total frequency, or sample size. Finally, taking the square root gives us the standard deviation, which measures how spread out the data is from the mean. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to calculate the standard deviation of ungrouped data. Consider the frequency table shown. The fx column is obtained by multiplying each data value, x, by its corresponding frequency. Once the computation table is complete, we can begin the calculation. First, find the mean by dividing the sum of fx by the total frequency. In this example, 96 divided by 32 equals 3. Next, complete the deviation column, denoted by d, by subtracting the mean from each data value. For example, the first data value is 0 and the mean is 3. Therefore, the deviation is 0 minus 3, which equals negative 3. Then, square each deviation to obtain the d-squared column. After that, multiply each squared deviation by its corresponding frequency to complete the fd-squared column. Finally, substitute the values into the standard deviation formula. Divide the sum of fd squared, which is 84, by the total frequency, 32, and then take the square root of the result. This gives a standard deviation of approximately 1.6. When working with grouped data, we cannot use the class intervals directly. Instead, we first find the midpoint, also called the mid-value, of each interval. The midpoint is obtained by adding the lower and upper class limits and dividing the result by 2. For example, consider the interval 40 to 44. Adding 40 and 44 gives 84, and dividing by 2 gives 42. This value, 42, is the midpoint of the first class interval. After finding the midpoint for every class interval, we use these midpoints in place of the original data values. The mean is then calculated by dividing the sum of fx prime by the total frequency, as shown in the formula above. Let's now consider an example. In this lesson, we'll learn how to calculate the standard deviation of grouped data step by step. We'll begin by constructing a computation table that will help us organize our calculations. First, we draw the table. Next, we label each column. The columns represent the class interval, frequency, mid-value, frequency multiplied by the mid-value, deviation from the mean squared deviation, and finally frequency multiplied by the squared deviation. Now, we enter the class intervals exactly as given in the frequency distribution. After that, we record the corresponding frequencies for each interval and calculate the total frequency. With the table now prepared, we're ready to calculate the mid-values for each class interval and continue with the remaining steps. Calculate the first mid-value. Here we begin by finding the mid-value of the first class interval. Add the lower and upper class limits. Then divide the result by 2. For the interval, 40 to 44, the mid-value is 42. Next, complete the mid-value column. Using the same method, calculate the mid-value for each remaining class interval. The completed mid-value column is 42, 47, 52, 57, and 62. Next, calculate and complete the f times x prime column. We multiply each mid-value by its corresponding frequency to obtain the values in the fx prime column. After completing the calculations, the sum of the fx prime column is 2690. calculate the mean. Now we calculate the mean by dividing the sum of fx prime by the total frequency. That is 2,690 divided by 50 equals 53.8. Calculate the first deviation. Next, calculate the first deviation by subtracting the mean from the first mid-value. 42 minus 53.8 gives negative 11.8. Next, complete the deviation column. Repeat this process for the remaining mid-values to complete the deviation column. Next, square the first deviation. Now square the first deviation. Negative 11.8 squared equals 139.24. Now complete the squared deviation column. Square each remaining deviation to complete the squared deviation column. Calculate the first FD squared. Next, multiply the first squared deviation by its corresponding frequency. 4 multiplied by 139.24 equals 556.96. Complete the FD squared column. Repeat the multiplication for the remaining rows. The sum of the f times the squared deviations column is 1,688. Calculate the variance. The variance is obtained by dividing the sum of f times the squared deviations by the total frequency. 1,688 divided by 50 equals 33.76. Calculate the standard deviation. Finally, take the square root of the variance. The square root of 33.76 is approximately 5.81. Therefore, the standard deviation of the grouped data is approximately 5.81. Congratulations! You've successfully calculated the standard deviation of grouped data step by step. Keep practicing with different examples to strengthen your understanding and improve your problem-solving skills. Thank you for watching this lesson. If you found it helpful, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to MathMinders Academy for more easy-to-follow mathematics lessons. See you in the next lesson.